Hello, my name is Rowlands. I'm a fully certified nutritional balancing practitioner. If you like my YouTube videos and you would like me to answer questions live on video for you, then please send me an email to lewis@deephealingspace.com. Alright, so I've got a question here that's come in over email. There's quite a lot of questions involved. You can tell that the person's feeling a little bit anxious. So I'm going to go through it slowly and try and explain and answer some of the parts of the questions. It's about EMF sensitivity. So this person says, I have adrenal fatigue. I started taking the adrenal cortex pill, which I wouldn't recommend taking personally. The first thing to realise is that if you're suffering from adrenal burnout, then taking a adrenal glandular for adrenal burnout is not going to work too well. One reason is that some people in some hair analysis patterns, for example someone in 4-low pattern, which a lot of EMF sensitive individuals are in, if they was to take an adrenal glandular, it can actually make the situation worse. So be very careful about taking a supplement like that. Also, to heal adrenal burnout, it's not really as simple as taking a supplement. It's kind of like a full body unit approach. So you need to look at diet, lifestyle, meditation, exercises, detoxification protocols, grounding, and also understanding how to protect yourself from EMF sensitivity as well. So, straight away I would be quite wary about taking that supplement. A better thing to do obviously is to start a nutritional balancing program with me or another practitioner, so I can see exactly what your hair analysis pattern is and whether actually an adrenal glandular would be suitable for you or not. So this person says, I currently have to work with the computer 12 to 15 hours a day. I remember when I had to do that, when I did EMF sensitivity, it's really stressful. I know it's an easy thing for me to say, but obviously if you are suffering from EMF sensitivity and you've got a job that forces you to use computers for that long, then it is going to be difficult for you to heal properly. That's not me being harsh in any way, that's just kind of the truth of reality. And I had to rearrange my life a little bit, so I wasn't working on the computer for so long. But I understand when you're in a position and you need money, it is difficult. Try and sit as far away from the computer as possible. I did work at one job a while back where I was doing web design, and I told them up front that I had EMF sensitivity, and they actually got me a room with a projector in there. So if you look at my video on YouTube, how to work with EMF sensitivity on computers, it runs through like how we can use a projector and Ethernet cables and even a Faraday cage if you wanted to put your computer in a Faraday cage to help you work on computers. So yeah, my bosses were really nice in that respect, and it allowed me to work on a computer, although I wasn't too pleased about the fact that I was still surrounded by loads of computers and EMFs every day. So this person's saying, she's feeling miserable, it's really hard for me to email you, what can I do? I have a NerveCon wristband which is being shipped as we speak. How can I release that and or metals potentially? Although I'm not sure where they're coming from. There's a lot of questions in this email. Like I say, you need to start a nutritional balancing program ideally. It's much more in depth than just using a NerveCon wristband or taking a supplement. I haven't used the EarthCon wristbands before. I have used a wristband before, but not the EarthCon ones, and I personally didn't get that much from them. To release metals, on the nutritional balancing program, we use things like coffee enemas. You can use sonotherapy if you understand EMFs and how to reduce the EMFs. You can get the EMFs like pretty much down to a level where you can't feel them. We use various supplements and stuff and lifestyle and meditation to start detoxing the body. I'm currently trying to do EFT tapping, and and I'm willing to buy or do whatever it takes to heal. I don't drink, don't do drugs, and rarely eat meat. I don't eat dairy or gluten. And I am putting Himalayan salts on me in the shower. So it's clear this person's obviously trying various different techniques, but there isn't a silver bullet. You know, EFT tapping can help with some emotional stuff. But again, you know, like doing the pushing down exercise that we recommend will slowly bring up like loads of different traumas in their own order, which is important. Sometimes if you're doing things like EFT tapping and the body doesn't have the vitality and the energy to release a trauma, then you can't really get to the crux of the problem. So, you know, with nutritional balancing, we kind of use two methods to release the trauma. One is by giving the body a lot of vitality and energy, and the body will release traumas in its own chronological order, along with doing meditation. Whereas if you're not healing the body from the inside, the body cannot overcome traumas properly. So we'll get a lot of clients on the nutritional balancing program who have said, you know, I've done hypnotherapy, I've done psychotherapy, and I've released this trauma, I've dealt with that, I've dealt with this. And a few months into the program, the trauma will start coming out again, and these people will get really confused and not understand why. And the reason being is because at the time the body didn't have enough energy to process the trauma. So, you know, doing things like EFT without kind of healing from the inside is pretty difficult. It's good that you don't drink, you don't do drugs. This is not enough, unfortunately. I rarely eat meat. We actually recommend meat. It's actually will help you heal on the program. The right meat, you know, the right meat is actually gonna help a lot with EMF sensitivity in our experience. You know, this person asks about bed canopies. I do personally recommend bed canopies. I think they're important to use if you've got EMF sensitivity, especially in the beginning, because it will allow the body to kind of rest and rejuvenate a little bit at night. A good bed canopy I recommend is a bed canopy called Aronia, which is spelled AARONIA. They're good quality ones, but again, the problem these days is we're getting 3G, 4G, 5G. Probably will be getting 6 and 7G in the future, so you really need to be sorting the body out now, so the body can detoxify, so it doesn't feel these because you're going to be in some serious problems. You know, you can protect yourself to a certain extent, but when these higher frequencies start coming in, you can't keep protecting yourselves from these. You're going to have to live in a lead shelter, which is not going to work. So you need to really start healing the body. Is there something that protects me or my apartment? You know, you could look into getting a Memon device, which is quite good. If you type in Memon EMF, you can get Memon devices for the house. We've got some great reviews from that. I've used Memon before. You know, I started having healing reactions from a Memon device. I definitely could recommend them. But all in all, this person's trying to figure out what's best to do, and the best thing to do is to get in touch with me, start a nutritional balancing program. We can talk about how to protect yourself now, and talk about, you know, have a look at your hair analysis test, see whether you need these adrenal cortex pills, which I highly doubt, and just try and, you know, work towards healing the body from the inside, and whilst protecting the body from EMF sensitivity as well. Alright, so that's the question for today. If you've got any other questions, please send me an email, lewis@dplinkspace.com. If you enjoy these questions, please consider supporting this channel by sending any donations to www.paypal.me/Lewis Rowlands. Be highly appreciated. Alright guys, so tune in soon and I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.